Hi everybody. This is a video just in response to Natural Butterfly's video about people taking liberties about, feeling the need to just comment on your hair when you wear it natural. Girl, I can relate to that. I remember when I first moved to this country, I was about 13 years old and I didn't have a perm. Like I said, I've never permed my hair ever in my life, relax my hair. And what was the first thing that all the girls were saying to me? So, when you gonna get a perm? Because the naps, that's just not how we do things around here. You gotta work with something. Do something with that. Put something in there to lighten it up. And I was just like, I looked at them and I looked at their hair, and they looked like they had relaxers in their hair since they were about 6 years old, because all their hair was falling out. And on top of that, to try and grow it out, they had extensions in that were pulling the hair out of the roots. And I was just kind of like, you know what? That's why I don't have a relaxer, because I don't want that to happen to my hair. The front of my hair is already naturally kind of thin compared to like the rest of my head. The last thing I need is a receding hairline before 30, So anyway, I just thought it was really interesting how much peer pressure there was just to relax my hair, And later on in life, I always get questions. Is that your hair? Girl, you got that good hair. Do you have Indian in you? What do you have in you? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And it was like a big deal, But the thing that hurt me the most was when I'm a professional singer and I work in a wedding band, and I had a cornrow braid out one day, and that day it got really humid, right? But the thing that's messed up is that the cornrow had already gotten wet. So it was all frizzy, so I couldn't leave it in for the gig. So the best way I could cope with it was to do a braid out, So the humidity hit it, and my hair frizzed up, started to get frizzier and frizzier and frizzier by the minute. It was starting to turn more into an afro. So the roots were still kind of wavy, but the ends were starting to frizz up, right? And I remember that day, the wedding party, they used orchids to decorate, And I put an orchid in my hair. And I was like, oh, this looks so pretty. I like this, natural look. And I got an orchid. I put it in my hair and everything. I was all excited, And one of my best friends, she's also in a band with me. She's white, So she put her orchid in her hair, and everything. And I came back to my boss and I was like, so what do you think? What do you think? Do you like it? And he goes, yeah, I like the flower, but I'm not so sure I like the fro though. That comment cut me like a knife. I remember all day feeling so hurt and so self-conscious about my hair. I started to get really paranoid and wonder what people were thinking. I'm like, does it look bad? Does it look frizzy? Like, what's wrong with my hair? And then I started to get really angry. I was kind of like, hold up a second. So my friend's hair is out and it's getting frizzy. My hair, because it turns into an afro when it frizzes out, it's not okay for me to wear my hair out. What about Diana Ross? It was okay for her to have big hair, afro type hair. It wasn't necessarily a kinky afro kind of thing, but it was still voluminous. But I think really more than anything, he had a problem with the texture of my hair. Because I bet you if I wear my hair like this, he wouldn't say anything, and it really got under my skin, I got really angry, and there was a lot that I wanted to say, but I felt like I couldn't say it at the time, and I remember expressing how I felt to another band member he was young, he was about 30, 31 or so, but he was white, and he's just trying to well, I hear what he's trying to say, other people might be thinking, conservatively like them. And I'm just thinking, you know what, you guys, you hired a black girl. Deal with it, okay? If you don't want a black girl in the band, then maybe you should have 2 white girls. What do you want from me? This is my natural hair. You have to take me with everything. My voice, my stage presence, and my hair. You know what? If rain tumbles down right now and I have to pull it back in a afro puff, guess what? That's just what I have to do, and I think it looks great. And you know what's messed up? There are a lot of white people that think that curly, kinky hair is beautiful. You know, just because you're conservative and you're freaking out about my hair doesn't mean that the whole wedding is freaking out about my hair. I didn't get any strange looks from anybody else. You know, so what's your hang up? You know? And I just decided that, you know what, this has to end here. I have to just be me. You know, I also am a singer-songwriter, and I write a lot of songs about wanting to be free and feeling free to be myself. And this is part of it. I looked at my diary and I saw this entry about the whole hair with the orchid and all that incident. And I realized that this was the summer of 2006. It's 2009, and this is still kind of hurting my feelings. And I was like, you know what? When I saw Natural Butterflies video, I was like, you know what? Yeah, people got a lot of nerve. They really like to make comments, you know? And it's really none of their business, you know? Like, he might as well have said to me, I like the orchid, but not your skin color. Or, I like the orchid, but not your nose. It's too wide or something. Like, why, you know what I mean? Like, why don't you just come out and say all those other things too? You know, like, what's up with that, you know? But I think that it's all about loving who you are, you know, not being afraid to be who you are. You know what, if other people laugh or they feel like they have to make comments or whatever, that's their problem. As far as black people making comments, it's almost like they feel like we're uncovering a conspiracy by going natural. Like, shh, we don't want these white people to know we got nappy hair. Now you blowing up my spot, you know? I got a perm. Why do you think I got a perm? Because I want to keep that under wraps. But here you come now, showing up in an afro, blowing up our spots. And now I got to deal with questions from my white coworkers. You know, oh, is that how your hair is naturally? And now I can't hide that because you're blowing up my spot. It's almost like they want you to keep that on the down low. And that's why you need to perm your hair or put a weave in or do something where they don't see the naps. And that's kind of a problem. You know, this is our hair. Deal with it. You know, if you're ashamed and you have some issues that you need to work out, it's fine and everything if you want to straighten your hair, but to be coming up to people when they want to do something that's healthy for themselves, that's where we draw the line. So, for you natural beauties out there, do you. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your hair. Be proud of everything that God gave you. Because if God made it, it's beautiful.